how's it going, YouTube? This is Eric Abroad here with the Eric Abroad video podcast for Friday, March 24th. And welcome. For those who maybe don't know me, my channel, and are new, of course, welcome to the channel. Today's video is different than my normal content, so if you're interested maybe in Japanese culture and maybe someone traveling Japan with a video that's actually edited with music and is interesting, I please encourage you to go check out my other content, and I hope you enjoy. As today's video is going to be more this kind of style, more of a face-to-face video podcast, as I announce something very exciting about my life right now and where I'm heading for the next couple of years. So some of you who do watch my channel know that for the last few months I've just been getting ready to finish school, and I've been preparing to come to Japan over spring break in order to meet with a potential job position teaching English as an assistant English teacher. And I'm happy to announce that as of just a couple days ago, I am now, at least on paper, a signed assistant English teacher for Osaka, Japan. Yes. Now that I have it in actual writing and I have it confirmed, I can confidently and very happily say that I now have an assistant English teaching job in Osaka, Japan. I am planning to come here around probably in July and August. I graduate in June, so as we get the visa process going, it kind of depends on when I can take that, but the minute I get that visa, I'm coming straight back. So for those of you who don't know me, again, my name is Eric, and I'm currently an American college student who will be graduating later this year. And I spent a year in Osaka, Japan, studying abroad last year, and I am still in the process of editing a lot of the videos that I took while in Japan. As I'm approaching my graduation and things have been busy for the last few months, lately I've been doing more of this kind of video because it's a lot less time consuming as far as editing goes, but I still love to engage with you guys and keep you guys updated on the progress that I have toward possibly moving to Japan and looking for work in Japan to possibly try to have a life here. As I, studying abroad, I obviously really fell in love with Japan, and I really found myself excited about studying Japanese culture, trying new foods. It's an exciting experience, and I really fell in love with it, and the friends I made were just, it was just an incredible experience. So for those of you who do know me, you know that I've been very excited to come to Japan. I'm here now for a week over spring break before my final term for college starts. I can't believe it. I'm going to be graduating soon. Next term is actually going to be a lot easier. This last term was extremely hard. Hence, these videos lately have just been kind of once a week, once every 2 weeks of just me talking really quick because time has just not been around lately. But yes, I am very, very excited right now, very ecstatic. I know it may not look it, but I'm actually extremely sleep deprived. I haven't slept very much since I was offered the job position. So because today's video is more of an announcement of the fact that I got the job position, and again, I thank you guys already. I know those who have subscribed to my channel, you guys are so awesome and so nice, and I'm so looking forward to where this channel is going to go in the future. Just really, it's like a community of people, because although I don't know you, you guys are so encouraging and you guys are so friendly, and I have now Twitter going. It's still small on Twitter, but again, like Snapchat, Twitter, this podcast through SoundCloud, and of course the comments on YouTube. You guys are so encouraging, and even like the negative comments that are usually like constructive criticism, I appreciate it as well. The like to dislike ratio has been really good, and it's just, I feel great about the channel, and I really am. I feel like I'm going to have a passion, as I already have one for the channel, but as I've been so busy lately, I haven't been able to make videos, and that's been killing me, as I have a lot of video content and raw footage from my time in Japan that I want to edit and share with you guys, and because I think it's really interesting, and it was a lot of fun. And they will come. I know those who watch, you probably get annoyed of me saying like, the videos will come, I swear, but I really mean it, in that now that the hardest of my classes are done, of course I'm going to be busy leading up to moving to Japan, but my schedule is a lot more relaxed. So I'm going to be spending the majority of my time, of course, improving my Japanese, doing a lot of self-study. I'm basically going to take everything that we studied the last few months and go over it again, as in school, a lot of times it's rushed and every week is new, where you get to the end of the week and you're like, okay, now I have to prepare for next week. So you forget everything. But I knew in my head at the time that I was for sure going to go through it again. I've kind of had this plan, I guess, like, okay, after the hard semester's done, I'm going to go back through it. And now that all like the hard work is done, like I have it all translated, like I have seriously a notebook filled with words that I don't know yet, with kanji. Kanji's a whole other thing too. The Japanese, really difficult, borrowed from Chinese characters. You know, I'm getting more and more familiar with them, and I can read fairly well at a pretty like, you know, intermediate level, maybe like a beginner, not, you know, like a lower level. But as far as being able to like write confidently, my kanji skill is very lacking. But I do have like a plan and kind of a schedule of how I'm going to be studying my kanji, and one of the biggest things that I need in order to do that is just some breathing time, just some relaxed, you know, a more relaxed schedule. So as that's coming up, I'm getting really excited. And building up to this week and just getting offered the job position just the other day, obviously that's all I was worried about. I'm like, I'm going to worry about all that stuff later. YouTube, I'm going to be doing the podcast and talking, but I was so nervous about the job interview and just, is it really going to work? Is it going to be okay? Even though they said like in an email, like, yes, we'd like to work with you. Please let us know when you're coming to Japan. It just felt a little too, you know, it was hard to confirm it. I wanted that confirmation, and I'm so happy I paid the money to come here. I actually paid out of pocket. A lot of people were wondering actually why they didn't pay for like my plane ticket to come here and meet them. And to be honest, it's because they didn't need me to. They actually offered me I say they, but it's actually one person, my boss. He's the president of a chain of schools that do English teaching. But my new boss had offered me the position, you know, through email following our Skype interview, saying like, yes, I'd love to work with you in the future. If you happen to be coming to Japan before you graduate, I'd love to meet in person, but if not, it's no worries. That's basically what he said. So I decided for myself that it's worth the money paying out of my pocket to meet in person, and I'm so happy I did. I think he was really appreciative of me, you know, going out of my way and really flying 20 hours on a really terrible connected flight. I'm staying in an Airbnb right now. It's a shared Airbnb, so I hope that I don't get walked in on here, because there's another individual that lives here, and I think she's at work right now. I actually don't know. I stepped out to go do some grocery shopping, and I came back and she's gone. So I thought this would be a good time to do this video announcement. I'm actually going to be going out with the individual tonight who was the one who helped get me the job. So I owe that man some drinks. So tonight I'm going to be taking him out, but I want to go, you know, and have fun and show him a good time, and really show that I really am so thankful and grateful and very lucky in getting this job position. Again, if I wasn't doing this, I would be leaning definitely toward like a JET program or something like that. But I don't want to discourage anyone from doing JET, as I don't have experience doing it. So if you're interested in doing it, I hope what I'm about to say doesn't like discourage it. But I talk about JET a lot, kind of in a negative light, and just that I've heard a lot of stories. It seems like a program that's very 50-50. Some people love it, some people hate it. And I've met some individuals who have done it who really didn't like it, in that, yes, it pays money. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, if you're going to be doing JET, it pays money. You get to come to Japan. I'm pretty sure they pay for your flight. You get an apartment. You get enough money that, like, for example, if you just graduated, you could be using the money you're making toward paying back school loans, which is essentially what I'm going to be doing with this position. Although the position I got, I believe, pays less than JET, I'm still going to be using the majority of my money toward paying off school as quickly as possible. I'd like to pay off school, if I can, in under 4 years. But I'm going to be living very frugally throughout that time. So right now I'm staying in an Airbnb that is $14 a night. So although it's the shared situation, it's actually not bad. Like it might sound like I was complaining about having another person here. I don't want to invade her space by doing this video if she's here like cooking or something like that. So basically, to wrap this up, I went to the school, I saw the classroom, and I finally met face to face with the boss. I got to shake his hand. I got to practice my keigo, which is the very, very honorific form of Japanese, which even for Japanese is hard to use. I know friends who actually take keigo classes so that they can prepare for job interviews and job hunting in Japan. So being able to practice that and apply it was definitely, I was nervous, but it was like a good nervous, and it went really well. And he was impressed with my eagerness toward wanting to use Japanese. So of course I can't encourage that enough. If you're practicing Japanese or learning Japanese, even just trying, it goes a long way. And especially as an English teacher, it seems like in Japan too, most English teachers are never required to know Japanese. It's just because their job is to teach English. But of course, if you want to move to Japan, if you want to live here for the long term, if you want to make friends, if you want to travel and be able to order at a restaurant without, fumbling and stumbling all the time, practicing Japanese is very important. And I think, although I haven't lived in Japan outside of studying abroad, which was definitely different than what it's going to be like from now on. I'm going to be actually living in my own apartment, paying rent, and I'm going to be living in Japan. I still can't, believe that it's happening, but again, there's still some steps before I can actually come here, like I said, with the work visa and stuff. So we're working toward that. Yeah, so basically the next step is just getting that work visa. After I graduate in the middle of June, we're basically just waiting for that. And the minute I get that visa, I'm coming straight back to start my life in Japan. I'm already looking for apartments just because I'm excited, but I actually have to wait until I get my visa first before I can apply for anything. So right now it's just fun to look. And of course, this channel is going to be my part-time job while I'm doing the full-time job teaching English. Apartment hunting in Japan has so many options because it's such a condensed area and there's so many apartment complexes. You can choose anything from a piece of junk apartment if you really want to live frugally to like a really high-class, what they call mansion. It's basically like a condo kind of thing. And I'm trying to find something kind of in the middle that's not like crappy, but not like super, super fancy either. But that's also located close enough by bike to the job location, as well as to some fun areas like Shinsekai, Namba, Tennoji. So I have a mall near me. It's crazy, and I still can't believe it. So I'm really excited to share this information with you guys, but I'm also extremely excited after I move here. Although it is a full-time position, the schedule is actually fairly relaxed as it starts in the afternoon. So it does go pretty late, but my mornings are very open. So I've decided I'm going to now officially be doing YouTube part-time on top of my full-time position teaching English in Osaka. So because I would love to discuss this further with you guys, of course, and in more detail, and if you guys have any questions, I'd love to answer them. I'm going to be doing a live video podcast so that you guys can ask questions and I can see them live and we can kind of hang out and chat together. We'll probably do that for about 3 hours or so, starting for those living in Japan, it'll be March 26th at 2 p.m. For those who want to reference it to American time, for PST, it'll be 10 p.m. So I guess use that as your reference if you live anywhere else in the world. So I plan on going live for about maybe 3 hours, maybe a little more. And for those who can't tune in, of course, I'm going to be posting the video after it's done. So if you'd like to tune in and see the questions I was asked and the information that I'm going to be discussing, as I'm going to be talking in a lot of detail, basically at point A to point B, how I got here. Just 3 years ago, I wasn't even studying Japanese. I knew nothing about Japanese culture. I was studying film, and now I'm applying and have received an English teaching job in Japan. I can't believe it. It's insane. So of course, I pat myself on the back as well as getting to this point. I have worked really hard the last few months, busting my ass in class and losing a lot of sleep, being really stressed, and I also am very blessed and very lucky in the way that I've basically gotten to this point. I have so many people to thank, and without them, I wouldn't be here, and especially you guys as well, encouraging me and helping me out, and even my Japanese viewers for correcting my Japanese mistakes, as, again, we're learning as we go here. I try not to be afraid to make mistakes, and if I ever do, I want you to correct me, because that's the best way to learn, and I hope that we can learn together. So I hope you guys look forward to a lot of new content. I would love to go into the Osaka streets and interview Japanese people about various things. So if you guys have ideas for questions, I can maybe ask a Japanese person either in English or Japanese. That's one thing I would love to do. We're also going to be focusing on Japanese food, how to cook it from home, recommended restaurants to go to, how to order things. Of course, Japanese language lessons. I'd love to teach you guys like slang and things that I'm learning. And useful phrases that you can use every day. There's, of course, traveling. We're going to be traveling throughout Japan as we live here on vacation days and weekends and exploring. So that will continue as well. In addition, I will, of course, be continuing the podcast, which I would love to keep, if I can, to do a once-a-week thing, maybe like every Sunday. And so I hope you guys tune into that as well. And again, as I approach, moving to Japan and having a steady job and having time that I can actually schedule out to be able to do YouTube part-time, even if I'm making no money from it, to be able to treat it like a part-time job and to, actually like schedule out hours that I'm going to be editing for the channel in order to improve it, buying new equipment, trying out new ideas, and of course engaging with you guys along the way. So if you guys have anything you'd like to see or any suggestions, I would love to hear them, as the possibilities of different videos we can make regarding Japan are basically going to be endless now that I'm going to be living here. So here's hoping that I don't get into an accident, that I don't die, and that I can graduate on time, get my visa, and move here so that we can move forward with the channel, as well as just moving forward, I suppose, in my new life, living in Japan. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you guys can tune into the live stream if you have any additional questions. And as always, I'll see you guys next time with another video from Japan. Ja, mata!